Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, a brief orientation to MNA and your member benefits. If you are a new member of MNA, welcome. We're so glad to have you on the phone here, or on the presentation today, and we so appreciate your support. If you're not a member yet, that's okay too. You can join for the presentation today and learn more about the different benefits that are available to you. Right now on your screen, you'll see a list of upcoming events, which are something to take note of as well. Another great way to utilize your member benefits. The other thing I'll say is we're going to go through a lot of information today pretty quickly. So our hope for this webinar is that you leave with some idea of the member benefits that are available to you and how you access them. But don't feel like you have to take, furious notes. You can always come back to MNA and reach out to someone if you need help accessing a member benefit, maybe a few months down the road once you know that you're looking for something specific. So we're going to go ahead and get started because, as I mentioned, we do have a lot to cover. My name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Engagement Director at Michigan Nonprofit Association. And I'm pleased to be joining you today and have you with us. As we begin, I'd really be curious to understand more about what you're hoping to gain from your MNA membership. So I just posted the poll question up there. If you would take a brief second and respond to that poll question, that would be great. That would help us understand more. As that's going on, I'll tell you a little bit about Michigan Nonprofit Association. We were incorporated in 1990. We serve more than 750 member organizations throughout the state. We do that through capacity building, civic engagement, and public policy, all three things which you will learn more about today. Thank you again for sharing your responses to that poll question. Looks like there's some continuity of people looking for access to events and publications, connection to a network, connection on advocacy and public policy, etc. So I appreciate you responding to that. As I mentioned, one of the ways that Michigan Nonprofit Association serves the sector is through public policy and advocacy. We do this at both the state and national level, and it's one aspect of our work that you'll learn more about today. Some of the things that we focus on are tax policy, budget and spending, and public and private collaborations. Really, we look at issues that affect the whole nonprofit sector. So they're really going to be high-level issues in the area of nonprofit management versus like subsector specific issues. Joan Gustafson is my colleague and she's MNA's External Affairs Officer. If you ever have policy questions or are interested in learning more, Joan is a great contact and likes to talk with nonprofits around policy. All right, now we're going to go ahead and switch over to the MNA website, which is where we will spend the majority of our presentation today, and give you an idea of what your benefits are and how to access them. So now on your screen, you should be seeing the MNA website. So when you come to the MNA website, my first recommendation is to make sure that you log in when you come here. That will prevent you from being blocked as a non-member when you're browsing around the site. And real quickly, I should have mentioned at the top of the call, if you need to ask a question, feel free to use the chat or the question box, and I'll do my best to answer those either in the presentation or real quickly afterwards. So as I mentioned, when you come to the website, best thing to do is go ahead and log in. If you're a new member, the people that you identified as the primary and secondary contact when you were setting up the membership should have received an automatic email with connection information on how to reset their password. If you're one of those people, great. Hopefully you saw the email. If you didn't see the email, check your spam or your junk filter. Very often it goes in there. If you're not one of those people, maybe check with someone in your organization that might know, or reach out to us and we can help troubleshoot any password or connection issues you have. As you can see on the member login page, there is a link for forgot your username and forgot your password, so you can use those to retrieve that information. And below that are 5 really short web videos that can help with some of the common troubleshooting error messages that you might get upon trying to log in. Once you log in, you'll be taken to your membership dashboard. There's some quick, easy links here at the top in those blue buttons, as well as along the left side there with the menu items that can help you get to really important areas. This is where we'll spend most of our time today, member benefits, and I'll show you how to get to that from the front page of the website. But quickly, I'll show some of the information that's here on the member dashboard. So the membership details link takes you to information that is supposed to be here, which for some reason is not. But when that's working properly, it should be working on mine. I'm hopeful that it's working on yours. But it will show you information about your organization that you can update. So things like your web address. If you happen to move and you have a different mailing address, that would be under membership details. MNA member discount codes is another really important spot to know about. Anytime we offer an event or webinar or publication, if there's a member and non-member rate, in order to get the member rate, you will have to log in here and access a discount code. Again, log in, you get to your dashboard, and then go to the discount codes, and you will see them all listed here. You can also edit your login profile, which is your own information, and it allows you to change your username and password. I encourage people to change it to a password that you will be able to remember. Then when you think that you've got to access MNA and log in for something, it will be easy. You won't have to look it up, and you can skip that additional step. The other thing to note is that your MNA membership does benefit your whole organization. So that includes all staff members, board members, and even sometimes key volunteers. You can decide which way you would like to manage that. Within your organization, you could create one username and password that's general and share that amongst staff. Or you can set up different profiles with various levels of permission, and that would be under the membership details page as well. So you can log in and see what that looks like. That's also where you would see a notice to renew your membership once that comes up in a year from when you joined. So lots available right from your membership dashboard. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to start from the right and work our way back left just to show you a few key areas to know about the website. We do have a staff page under Who We Are. This includes all staff members' contact info and phone numbers. We are all working remotely right now, so email is probably the best connection point, but feel free to reach out to whomever you might think would help you. And if they can't, I'm sure they would pass your info on to the right person to help with your request. Also under this Who We Are tab is Get Connected. That is where you get signed up for our e-newsletters, and I would encourage you to do that. Our My Nonprofit News, this has really turned into COVID resource email recently. It comes out every week. It's the most general e-newsletter to be on, and I would suggest that you sign up for that. If you're the primary or secondary contact for your new membership, you will automatically be added to that info list. If not, again, anyone can sign up for these, so you can still be connected to us that way if you're not a member right now yet either. You might also be interested in public policy action alerts. Those go out when we're asking nonprofits to take action. We're going to talk a little bit about the Job Center, the MNA Job Center, so I'll skip over that for right now. And if you prefer social media to get your news and information, we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So feel free to connect with us that way as well. One menu item over to the left is a little bit about MNA's technology services. We do offer managed care service to nonprofits through our M&A tech services. If you're the accidental techie in your organization, and we know there's been a lot of demands on that these days with a lot of people working from home, M&A tech might be able to help you, and I would really encourage you to reach out to the M&A tech team. They're great. They do an awesome job and are a great resource for nonprofits. If you're enrolled as a client, they have this really cool helpline that you can call and get someone to respond to your question that same day. So if technology is one of your needs, check out M&A Tech. They are great and they offer really competitive pricing. As I mentioned, one of the ways that M&A serves the sector is through civic and community engagement. Hopefully you saw some information on our nonprofit counts census campaign, which of course is now coming to a close with the census finishing up. But we've been working on that for the last several years and really, look at that as an important way to engage community to help nonprofits and Michigan get a fair and accurate count in the census. We also sponsor an AmeriCorps Vista program. If you're interested, you can find more information by reaching out to us. But we place AmeriCorps Vista volunteers in nonprofits across the state to help with that, to help with the missions of those individual organizations. So one of the benefits that's available to you and that you have access to is resources and publications. I'm going to go through a couple of these here and tell you a little bit about them. So first is our nonprofit compensation and benefit report. This is a study that we do every 2 years. This was done in the fall of 2018. It is the report that we're going to continue to use for this year and going into 2021, as we have not done a new study with everything else going on with COVID. But this report compiles the information we receive from the sector, and in this particular instance has 78 different positions that are represented in that. It shows salary information, benefit information. It breaks down that data by geographic region, position, budget of organization, so the size of your organization based on your budget, as well as the subsector that you work within, so whether it's education or health, etc. So this can be a really great tool for you if you're looking to hire people and you want to have an understanding of what the market looks like right now. You can check out this resource for that. It is available at a discounted rate for $165 for members and $270 for non-members. People have also used it before when you have to make the case for what your executive director gets paid, which is it's a part of your 990 form. People use it for that kind of backup documentation as well. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit to the salary visualization tool. That works off of the data that is collected in that compensation and benefit report. And it's a really cool online tool. It's only available to M&A members, and you can drill down the data to your specific area or region, which and get some cool visualizations off of that as well. M&A Links magazine is a quarterly publication that M&A has, and it is something that will show up via email now, and our annual report will be the next version that goes out here pretty soon before the end of the calendar year. Scrolling over a little bit, I'm going to go to our public policy and advocacy work and show you a few things on there. One is that we do have a separate auxiliary site for COVID-19 resources. You can easily get to it from our website or from the URL. It's just mnacovidresponse.org. This is a website that you can search for various resources. You'll see the various topics that we have. It has events related to COVID-19 relief, and this was done in partnership with other intermediary organizations out there to help nonprofits. So check this out if you haven't already. It's a great resource for nonprofits. Regarding our public policy and advocacy work, you can learn more here, and if you scroll down on this first page, you can see information about what it is that MNA focuses on in that space. The Michigan Nonprofit Caucus is a bipartisan and bicameral group at both the state and the state level. But bipartisan, of course, means Democrat and Republican. Bicameral means members of the House and members of the Senate. So these are people that are dedicated to helping advocate on behalf of issues that affect the nonprofit sector, and MNA helps to manage this group. If you scroll down a little bit on this page, you will see the legislative agenda for this year as well. So lots of information to be seen there. If you're in the Southeast Michigan area, I encourage you to check out the Southeast Michigan Public Policy Council, as they do meet pretty regularly and focus on advocacy issues that are specific to that region of the state. So under membership, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Nonprofit Job Center. This is a really well-used resource by both job seekers and job posters. So MNA offers for nonprofit organizations. If you're interested in posting a job, you can do that here. The job postings come at a discounted rate to members and cost $75 for a 30-day posting. This site is accessed about 18,000 times per month. So it really does give you a good overview of, gives your job posting good visibility with people in Michigan who are interested in working in the nonprofit sector. Those are the only types of jobs that we post on the Job Center. They have to be in nonprofits and they have to be in Michigan. So you get a real targeted group of people accessing this information. So if you're a job poster, we encourage you to look out at that. Your job also, when it's posted, it will go out in the first week via email to all the people on the job alerts distribution list, and that's about 6,000 individuals. If you're looking for a job, this is also a great opportunity as well. Anyone can come here and look for positions that are available, and as you can see from the listings, you can sort by category, etc., to narrow down those job postings. All right, under membership, I'm going to click on nonprofit resources. This is where all of your member benefits are listed. And again, you'll see this chart also pop up when you log into your member dashboard there as well. So that's an easy way to access it. We already talked about the salary visualization tool, so I'm going to just skip over that and continue down in this next section for fundraising and finance support. The first benefit here is free access to GrantStation. GrantStation is an online grants database that helps nonprofits find new grant opportunities. It's one of your best M&A resources, so if you haven't checked it out, I really encourage you to do that. The way you do that and the way you get free access through your M&A membership is, again, to be logged into our site or to log in when it prompts you, and to click through in this manner to get to GrantStation. It's going to take you to GrantStation's external site. You're going to see welcome and then your name or the name you're logged in under up at the top. So you'll know that you're logged in with that free access. There is a lot of information on this site, and I highly encourage you to spend a little time and look around. They have a lot of educational materials, a lot of examples. If you've never written a grant before and you need some help there, really awesome stuff. But for today's demonstration, I'm just going to quickly show you the main part of the benefit here with GrantStation. They offer these searchable databases. I find that the U.S. Charitable Database is the most general. So I'm going to click there and show you a little bit about how this works. You'll see over on the left here some good instructions worth reading the first time you come here. On the right is where you can select various parameters for your search. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Michigan, and you'll see this is going to update live as I'm doing it, so it might be a little confusing with the scrolling. Bear with me for a minute. I'm going to say I want to look for a grant in Michigan, one that helps with arts, culture, and humanities. And let's say I'm going to choose type of support. I'm going to do general operating support because who doesn't need that? As you'll see with those search parameters that are now shown over here on the right, I got 102 results. So I could, excuse me, it just took off one of my things, but I'll just leave it at that. So it shows you how many results you get. You can work on your search criteria and narrowing it down, and that's where some of their instructions are helpful to get a more manageable number. But basically then what you can do is you can click on the name of one of these foundations and learn a lot more about the foundation and their process. So you'll see the type of grants they give, what kind of support they offer, where they're located. A lot of the records have contact information, how much they give each year, how to apply, et cetera, et cetera. So really a wealth of information there. And also I want to draw your attention to these orange buttons up at the top. This allows you to actually save this search or save this profile with one you might be interested in. You can email it. Maybe you're not the only person at your organization that looks at these things or needs to sign off. You can visit their website directly. So GrantStation, very powerful, lots of information there, and I encourage you to check that out as one of your MNA benefits. I'm going to go back to the MNA website. Okay. And again, go back to the membership nonprofit resources. That's where all the benefits are listed. So there's additional benefits in the fundraising and finance support category. You are eligible for 15% discount with the Foundation Center directory online. That is a similar database to, different database, but similar function to GrantStation, where you can find new grant opportunities. This Finance Unlocked for Nonprofits is a 6-part video series that was produced it was created by our partners out in Washington State, the state association there, and it was produced with a CPA and an improv actor. So it's really like intro to nonprofit finance. If you're a new executive director or new to a board, that's a really great training opportunity, and it's easy to watch because they're actually pretty entertaining. If you need help with credit card processing, Card Connect is a great partner to MNA, and I encourage you to reach out to them and see what discounts they can provide. The next section is all about free and discounted education. So you can click here, discounted and free events, and see our events calendar on the front page. As I mentioned, a lot of our events right now focus on COVID relief. So check out this other auxiliary site, mnacovidresponse.org, and the events calendar there as well for that information. We do offer a recorded webinar archive. Again, if you need to access today's webinar, this is where you would find it. But there are other available recordings there as well for things that you might be interested in learning more about. MNA offers a diversity, inclusion, and equity assessment. This is really an assessment that is asking your constituents, so your board members and your staff members, to indicate or rate how they think your organization is doing in this area. It's really not a self-assessment, more like an organizational assessment, bringing in views and input from those groups that I mentioned. If you're interested in learning more about that, you can click here or reach out to me. I'm the staff lead on that project, so I'd be happy to talk with you more about that opportunity. MindEdge offers online learning opportunities, and they offer a 10% discount from MNA. This is a great benefit to share with other members of your staff because they're really a varied topic area and they're very affordable. So you can see there's everything from grant writing to budgeting to fundraising, and more about for nonprofits. So check out MindEdge. You might be interested in some of those online learning courses. We do have a document library with various common nonprofit document templates, so you can check that out. All Campus is a way to access discounts on higher education, mostly in the virtual space there. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely take a minute to look at All Campus. Principles for Good Governance and Ethical Practice is a document shared with us by our partners at Independent Sector, a national organization that advocates on behalf of nonprofits, and really covers everything when it comes to nonprofit operations, and that's a great tool as well. The Nonprofit Management Manual, this is a great resource that nonprofit leaders can use, is a great reference. It was initially published quite a while ago, about 10 years ago, but there is a lot of information in this that is still relevant now. So if you do decide to use it, I think it's a great resource, but then you have to also take into consideration that some of the information might be outdated. MNA Links magazine, I talked about that already, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit further. As you can see from the next section in the chart, MNA partners with some of the state's largest educational institutes on various benefits that are available to you. University of Michigan Dearborn offers a 20% discount on 20% discount on tuition. Oakland University, a 25% discount when you purchase their nonprofit management certificate program. MSU partners with us each year on offering a scholarship to current nonprofit professionals who might be interested in the executive MBA program. MNA members get the application fee waived for this scholarship, and then the university gives out 2 scholarships each year to current nonprofit professionals that are 50% of the cost of the program. So it's very significant and something you should check out if you're interested in that. Davenport University offers a 20% discount, and New Horizons is a great way if you need computer learning courses for staff members or people you serve. They offer a 10 to 20% discount on their classes. Under the Managing HR section, we do work with Mutual of America, and for organizations that have less than $1 million in their retirement plans, they can access this benefit without any administrative fees. I already talked about the Job Center and the Compensation and Benefit Report, so I'll continue scrolling down here. Constellation HR is a great system. We actually use it internally at MNA. If you manage a lot of people and are looking for solutions and to help with performance and compensation management, Constellation HR is a great tool for that, and they offer about a 10% discount for MNA members as well. Verified Volunteers, if you're looking for a new solution for background checks, is a unique program in the sense that background checks can be shared among various nonprofits in the same community. So for instance, if a volunteer volunteers at the local hospital and with the Girl Scouts, and if both those organizations accept verified volunteers, that background check can be shared and it can save everyone time and money. Both of these Verified Volunteers and Constellation HR have done webinars for us in the past. So if you're interested in learning more, check out that webinar archive and view the recordings from those 2 services. Paychex offers a 35% discount on their services around payroll management. They have been a great partner to us during COVID and all the HR-related questions that come up, so you might consider Paychex if that's a solution that you're looking for. We highly encourage all nonprofits to have director and officer liability insurance to protect your organization and your leadership and the board members, et cetera. Lyman and Sheets is an agency local to Michigan that is willing to work with nonprofits on getting you the right coverage when it comes to that type of coverage. So check that out as well if it's a need that your organization has. MNA Tech, I mentioned their services, but you can check out more from there. Our last section here, and I realize I'm right at 3:30, I probably have 1 to 2 minutes more of information. I hope we can stay on. If not, you know where to find the recording now. But another benefit of your membership is the ability to make connections. If you're looking for a specific provider or someone to help you with a certain project, check out the Business Marketplace directory. As you can see, you can search this directory. You can search it by category and by region and come up with the business members who are members of MNA and are able to help in various areas. We still encourage you to do your due diligence in vetting those consultants, but that is a great way to find additional support there as well. Another great way to make connections is, I'm going back to the bottom of this chart, the nonprofit member directory. Your organization as a new member is listed in there, so I encourage you to log on and make sure that your listing looks like how you want it to. But that's a great way. You can search that by region and organization type. Great way to make partnerships or connect with other people who might be working in the same area or doing some similar work as you are. Another great way for those connections, if you are looking for a specific service and you have an RFP to distribute, you should use our service and we'll send it to everyone in our business marketplace that could help you with that. So you can use this. It's a really quick online web form where you upload the RFP that you have going. And like I said, we'll send it to the people in the business marketplace that fit your parameters. So it just makes it easier for you. One-stop shop. Send us your RFP. We'll do the work of getting it out to people that might be able to help you. We also have this list of trusted partners and resources, some national organizations that have great information for nonprofits. So when you have a few minutes, take a look at that. If you are interested in advertising or sponsoring with MNA, we do have those opportunities as well, and you can learn more via that link. The last thing I'll point out to you is up here near the top. We work with a network of what we call capacity building centers. These are regional organizations that serve nonprofits by offering various events, services, things that might help you with a board training or, let's say, a strategic planning process. Lots of great connections there. And the capacity building centers really span the whole state. There are ones in each region of the state. So if you're not familiar with the one near you, check out this page, get connected with them, and see what they're offering as it relates to nonprofit capacity building as well. Again, thank you so much for your time today. We're really pleased to have you on board as a member. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. But I hope you've learned a little bit from the presentation today and that you'll engage and use your MNA member benefits. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon.